Hello, my family. Okay, so we are outside. I had to get outside. I had to get out of the house. Um, I'm learning in life that when things don't work my way, I tend to want to force it or I get really depressed. And that's just my nature. I guess I've had to learn to be independent and be able to control things when I need it done. And when I don't have control of something, it depresses me, it frustrates me, and I just become miserable. So, today, this is me being the perfectly imperfect person, and I'm gonna rock this. So, let's do this. Now, as you will see, also, I don't know if you noticed, but y'all, I went and did it. I went, oh, that was hard. I went and cut my hair. Now it comes down to about here, but it feels so much better. So, and I actually like it. So it just kind of bobs a little bit, and I'm cool with that. So, today's topic is microgreens and sprouts. I thought this was an amazing way because this is a method. If somebody cannot grow a garden, you can still get the most, if not more, nutrients and vitamins in your body than a garden can actually give you. Not saying that it don't, it does. So this is a way that you can grow indoors. It does not take up a whole lot of space, to be very honest with you. And within 7 days, I tested this, y'all. 7 to 8 days, you have enough food to use in a salad. You can use it in a wrap. You can make it into a burger. Anything that you choose to do, you can use a microgreen for, even if it's for a smoothie. And you can also use it, like I've done, to feed my chickens with it and give them the ultimate health. So I'm going to teach you how to do this. The method that I'm going to teach you, I'm going to tell you right now, it absolutely works. You're going to think the same way I did. When this was taught to me and I was watching this progress, I questioned, seriously, I questioned the one who was teaching me, and they knew I would because they questioned the method as well, and for rightful reasons. But trust me when I tell you, it is for a good cause, a good reason, and you will get the most amazing greens you have ever seen. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. I'm also going to teach you how to sprout your own seeds. If you don't want the microgreens, you can actually sprout seeds like mung beans, which is bean sprouts, or alfalfa sprouts, or any of that. Within 5 days, you have sprouts. Same aspect, you can use that for whatever reason you want to, and the power packing full of nutrients and vitamins. So I'm going to teach you how to do both of these. Upcoming videos. We have some people I've known that you like that quick food, and who don't? When my kids were little, they loved chicken nuggets. However, I really prefer not to get the processed foods. So I am going to be going into the kitchen and teaching you how to make actual chicken nuggets. You can pre-make them, freeze them, and then you can cook them later, or you can have them for that night. We are going to do this, and I'm going to teach you how to do this. It's super simple. I'm also looking at, I've had some really good advice and some questions and can we's, and so that's what this homestead is about. It's about being able to provide for ourselves as much as possible, eat healthier, plus be able to, if we need a time where, say at this point you did a little extra here and a little extra there, and now something happened, you prepared yourself for this. Now I'm also understanding the same aspect for those who don't garden. That's why we're going to do some microgreens. There are people who don't can or dehydrate because frankly they don't have the means to do so. They don't have the money to buy the canners, or They don't have the money to buy dehydrators. Although you can use your oven, but who wants to be doing that and heating up your home? So I am going to be doing some dry mixes, super simple, using everyday grocery items. And some of it I may have on hand. If I don't, that's all right. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do a sit down on how to make certain items that you can seal up in your jar and put it on your shelf when you need it. You can pull it down, throw it in a crock pot, add some water, bake it in your oven. We're talking food that you can turn around and make quick, simple, easily available, and you know, it makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. So that's what I'm going to be doing as well. I'm going to accommodate for every aspect around, for those who can, to hydrate, homestead, who don't garden, who would still like to have something in their home, super simple, not be without. Don't have a hydroponics, you don't need to. I'm going to show you how to grow microgreens cheap. And here's what we're going to need. Okay, so the seeds may never be as cheap, but you can buy by the bulk. This batch I have here has got arugula, broccoli, kale, kohlrabi, cabbage, and mustard greens. What an amazing, beautiful mix this is. And Trueleaf Market has them. Now you can go to Trueleaf Market site, or you can even find this on Amazon. Another thing you can do, organic sprouting seeds are the same thing. They will do the same thing as a microgreen. You can use these as well. And this came from Azure, and it's a 2-pound bag. Now, it's going to take me forever to go through all of these seeds. Now, I will tell you, one tray of microgreens, if you are one person, will take you quite a while to go through it because you can get so much. And I have found a way, when I was taught how to do this, I stopped wasting my seeds because I was frankly overdoing it. So I found a way to go ahead, and it worked perfectly. Now I have to go get one more item because we're going to build this together. I'm going to show you how to do this. And I need one more item, which is not going to make any sense, but trust the process, it works. So I will be right back, and we were going to put the microgreen section together. Okay, my family. So here's what we're going to start out with. I done showed you that we needed some microgreen seeds. What we're going to start with, and I would actually, this is where I stopped wasting my seeds. I went and weighed these out. These are 15 ounces or 15 grams of sprouting seeds. I tried the 8 grams. It just didn't seem like it was enough. So we're going with 15. We have what's called a sprouting microgreen tray. We have the bottom base right here, and then we have the tray itself. You can find these also on Amazon. They have several different sizes. And trust me, if you're one person or two people, it's going to take you a while to use all these. I'm just going to tell you. They even make them bigger. And so check out Amazon for microgreen trays. And you'll find several different varieties that you might like. So that's what we're going to work with here. Now, the soil that we're going to use. Now you can, in my first round I did this with cocoa coir. It worked. But there is also another inexpensive way of doing this, and it's simple as going to Walmart. If you remember right, when we first plant our seeds, microgreens are the same aspect. We want to use a very neutral soil. We do not want any fertilizers or none of that in there right now. Just like we would our garden seeds, we want it very light, we want it fluffy, and then we also want it where there is nothing that's going to hinder the seed whatsoever. So we are going to use that inexpensive same bag at Walmart for like $6 now. It never used to be like that, but it is. But it's your Jiffy mix. Super simple, super inexpensive, and you can get so much out of this one bag. It will take you several trays of these. So all we do, just like we do for our sprouting seeds for the garden, I'm going to just take so much of this. I might have to cut this up just a little bit more. And I'm going to put this in my container, just like so. You can use any potting mix, well, seed starting mix, y'all. Seed starting mix. That's what you're going to need for this. So you can choose your choice. I'm using the Jiffy. It is inexpensive, yet it will work. I did the cocoa coir as well, and it worked. But cocoa coir can be expensive. Now I'm actually using rainwater from my barrel out here. We have 55 gallons of water, so I'm just going to use that in here as well. You can use whatever water you want to. Now, I'm doing this slowly. Just like I would for my seeds, I just want to be able to get it like a wet sponge that has been squeezed out, basically. We don't want it wringing wet. So I want to be able to feel that squish. Have it where it'll squeeze through my hand a little bit, but not too much. We do not need this super soaked. And that should do it right there. Like I said, you don't need a whole lot of this. And you'll get quite a few trays out of this too. And for $6, I mean, I can, yeah, I would definitely go out and get as much as I could if I wanted to, just for microgreens. Another thing about microgreens, you can grow it year round. You don't have to have a certain season like we do right now. So you can grow this anytime you want to. You get a batch done, make up some more. 7 days, 8 days, you get another batch of microgreens. Okay, so now we have this done. We are going to take our tray, just as it is. We got our bottom. We're going to place this on top. And we're going to take our soil and we're going to put it on top of this grid. And we're going to fill it in. We want to kind of get it to the top of this tray as much as possible. I might not have enough for this. We'll see. Yeah, I did. I just got to take and level it out. You want to level this out as much as possible. It'll take a little bit to work it out through it, but you just want to level it. Now there's a reason on these. It'll make it easier for you to grow your greens with this way. Okay. I might not have had just, I might be short just a little. And you don't want to compact this either, y'all. You want this nice and fluffy, but press down just a little bit. So I'm actually going to just take, hang on a second. I want to make sure it's evenly down. Actually, I'm going to probably add some more because I really don't have enough of this. So I'm just going to add just a little bit more to this. I kind of want it to the top up here as much as possible. I'll show you what it looks like when you get your mix just right too. Okay, so I've done this so much, I guess I just know it's there. So when you go to put this together, it'll hold. Yet when you touch it, it's just going to come apart. So you want that kind of texture. When you squeeze it, you'll feel water dripping from it, but not a whole lot. And you can squish it, and it'll feel like a wet sponge. It'll have that spongy sound. That's what you want to do. All right, this hopefully should be enough. Yeah, okay, I got that better now. Alright. So now I'm going to take and smooth this out the best way that I can. Make sure there's not too much in one place than the other. Okay. Now I'm going to take another tray here, and I'm just going to, for right now, just lay this on top. I'm just going to lightly press. Don't press hard, just lightly press, just to hold it down to make a flat surface. That's all I'm wanting at this moment. But save that, because you're going to need it. Now I am going to take my seeds, and I'm going to just lightly, from the beginning here, sprinkle them in a row to where I'm coating my soil with this, trying to fill in all the spots. Okay, now I'm going to step back a little bit, and I'm going to look maybe some areas, yep, that I see right here. Take and fill in some of these bare spots that might have got away from me. That's looking good. Just like this, y'all. And you don't have to use all of these seeds if you don't want to. I honestly might have, my scale might have been off just a little bit. At least I hope I got that right. I believe it was 15 grams. If not, you can try with 8 and see how it works for you. Okay, so this is pretty full. This is the fullest I had from my first round. So we're just going to go ahead and stop right here. And what I'm going to do now is just take and spray mist. You do not want to water top this. You just want to spray mist the top of this. And do this kind of gently. You don't want to try to roll your seeds around. Just like so. Get them good and wet. And what you're going to do now is what's going to make you question everything about growing a microgreen, just like it did me. But like I was told, trust the process. It actually works. Now, I'm going to take also the bottom of this tray, and I'm going to spray that. And then what I'm going to do now is just lay this directly on top. And then here's where it's going to question. You want to put a brick or 2 cans from your canned goods, from your pantry, right on top. You're going to leave this until the next day. On the next day, and I'm going to go through this as much as possible with you. But the next day, and I'm going to show you how to do this, you're going to do this for 2 to 3 days. You're going to watch your seedlings basically start burrowing into that soil. You're going to sprout your seeds, and those roots, because you're keeping this covered, just like we do our carrots in the wintertime, you're keeping this covered, so those roots are going to want to go down. So you're going to do this for at least 2 days or so, 2 to 3. When you take this off, you're going to remove your can, very gently lift straight up, turn over, just like so. Spray it down again, turn it over, and put it right back down on top. Whatever those seeds came off of, they will go right back in place. So be gentle. Don't make sure wherever you took it off, you put it right back on the same way. Now we're going to go stick this over onto a shelf. We're going to let this be in the morning or tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to spray it down again, turn around and put my cover back on, and I will take you through the process for the next 7 to 8 days on your microgreens. So I'm gonna go take this inside and we're gonna go start on our next project. Okay, so our same process. We are now using the sprouting seeds. This one came from Azure Standard. These are organic. These are made with alfalfa, radish, and broccoli and clover. Again, they have a very good taste. So we're going to take about the same amount as we did with the microgreens, because I am going to be filling up, well, I'm going to do about 8 ounces actually, or 8 grams. Hold on a second, because I am only doing, I'm not doing all 4 trays. I'm just going to do a couple trays. So I do want to weigh these out real quick. I'm weighing this out to 8 grams. There we go, right there. Okay, so we have, I was close. Now, this is a different process than you would with the microgreens. This one, you are actually going to cover these with water. And then we're going to let this soak for at least 30 minutes. So I'm going to fill this up. I'm going to let my seeds sit here. And 30 minutes later, what you're doing is softening up these seed shells, basically. You're softening it up so that you can get, these will sprout, because this is not going with the soil base. So now I'm going to set this aside and we're going to let that do its thing while I show you the seed sprouter. Again, this is another one that can be done from Amazon, purchased from Amazon. You can usually find this stuff rather inexpensive, and if it means gardening in your house continually, this is a gift that keeps on giving. That would be this right here. This is a seed starter. I will be right back, y'all. I hear something very strange at the homestead. So, I evidently had just walked away from this, y'all. I'm sorry. So, my husband's paving company, he's bringing material in for our driveway. That's what that noise was. And forgive me for leaving the camera running like I did. Anyways, this is a seed starter. This one is made for sprouts. This is a 4-tray sprout, and it has these ridges which hold your seeds. There are fine little holes which are hard to see. Yeah, right there. If I angle it just right, you can see them. Water drips from this. You have your bottom plate, which this is stackable by 4. You can actually buy it for as much as you want to. This is a 4-stacker. And then here's what this top does. This top covers it for now, but if you turn it over and then you add your water through here, it'll start seeping all the way through and go to the bottom. It seeps from here, goes all the way down through here, and then goes to the bottom where it reserves the water. You can at this point dump it or recycle it. So I usually try to water mine every day. So right now what we're going to do is let this sit for 30 minutes. I will be right back and I will show you how to do this. Like I said, I am only going to be doing 2 trays. So I'm going to be setting these 2 aside. And I will show you how to do that. Set it aside and hey, we're good to go. Okay, so back over to the microgreens. At this point, for even next 2 to 3 days. If you had the question, does my greens need light? No, you don't want any light for the next couple days. All we're concentrating right now is the roots. We don't need them going for light. So keep them covered, keep the weight on it for at least a day or two, maybe 3, we'll see what happens. And then from there, we will go to the next step. But right now, it's just put your weight, spray every day, place your lid back on. Do not worry about light. Just place it somewhere on your table, on your counter, anywhere out of your way. That's it. So these are about done. Once these are done, we will come back and I will get this ready and we will finish this. Okay, y'all, so our 30 minutes is up, and what that is for is just softening the hulls. So I have my bottom tray down here. The water that's going to come from these is actually going to fall to the bottom. But it's going to be all right because I'm going to need it for the second tray anyways. So I'm just going to spread this around right now and shake my seeds into these grooves. Now I want to try to, I don't want any clumps. I want to try to get it as smooth around here as possible. This is where our seeds are actually going to grow at. And I could put a whole lot more than that in here. I'm just doing a demonstration right now. So now I've got that layer there. Now I'm going to take the second layer here. And again, I'm just going to take my seeds and sprinkle them around. When they start clumping, I will take and get them off my fingers here too. It's easier if you have it with water, to be honest with you. It helps clean them off, which that's exactly what I'm going to do. They tend to not stick so bad then. I'm going to get all these little seeds off of me here, and the ones that ran on the side. They wanted to run away. Sorry guys, you got a purpose. Let's go. Okay, so now just take your water, line up your trays with your seeds. That did not want to come out, but I have enough water in my tray, so that is it. And that's it. So I'm going to spread this around. And like I said, this is not a whole lot, y'all. Not by far. And I usually add a whole lot more than this in there. You want a good layer on your trays, but we are only doing demonstrations until I'm actually able to eat these. Although baby chicks, you ought to see them. They actually love these. So, and then now all I do is put this on top. I set it aside on my counter until tomorrow. I'm going to pour water through here at the top, let it drip. And I'm going to do this for the next 5 to 7 days. At this point, they don't really need light. If you're doing sprouts, you don't really need light. Within 5 days, once you see the sprouts up there, and I'll take you through it, you can literally just put them in a baggie, put them in your fridge, and use them within the next couple days. Or you can use light if you want to, and turn this tray into a microgreen tray, soilless. So either way it goes. I use this for sprouting, and I use my other one for microgreens. So let me turn this around right quick. Having both readily available for me, having the sprouter and then the microgreen trays, I was able to teach you at this point both aspects. Both of them will work just as well. You get multiple nutrients and vitamins, basically way more than you do from the adult plant. So, and it's a way to basically garden on your countertop or on a shelf somewhere out of the way. I'm giving everybody an opportunity to do what you can. Even if, I mean, It's almost as if you want to grow herbs indoors. This is the same way. You can still have a vegetable, only you're doing it in a different form. So, I want to give everybody an opportunity to have anything, a vegetable of any kind, any way possible. This is another opportunity. And the intensity in their flavor. I'm going to tell you, I tried it and it is so much different than what I've even gotten from my garden. You can't buy this, y'all. You just cannot buy this. And I am looking forward so much right now. I may be in my oh, I can't control things, but I know I'm looking forward to so many greater things. So I'm going to suck it up like a buttercup, like my sister-in-law says. God, I love that girl. She is amazing. And I always love that statement. She did that one day to me. Now, I'm going to tell you, at the time she did that, I wasn't kind of really happy with her, but I get it. I get it. So this has been years ago. So yeah, sis, I'm sucking it up like a buttercup. I've been doing this for years and I'll continue to keep doing it because it works. And at the same time, I put my big girl panties on and we go and conquer the world. So that's what we're doing, y'all, in the imperfectly perfect world. So until next time, we are going to be in the kitchen and we are going to learn how to make homemade chicken nuggets healthier, less inexpensive, in my opinion. And if not, it's still going to be so much better for you. It has better flavor. You have no processed foods whatsoever in this. And to me, I love these chicken nuggets a whole lot better. It's simpler than you think it is. And all you're going to need, basically, if you are not fortunate enough, like me, to have a meat grinder, a food processor. And I'm going to show you how to do that. I am not going to be pulling out the meat grinder. I am going to be using a food processor to show you how to do this. And you're going to get amazed when you taste this as you work with it. It's going to look just like the store-bought stuff you have on that you buy at the grocery store, but it's not. Stick with me. I'll show you that. Until next time, much love to y'all from Parton's Heritage Homestead.